How do I make myself into the perfect date? You answer that question and you will not have any problem answering the previous question. It's like, what do I want in a partner? If I offered everything I could to a partner, who would I be? You work on that. Ask that question, just ask. Just ask yourself, okay, I have to be the person that women would want. Okay, what do they want? Clean, that's not a bad start.
Now the fact that I need to summon Mr. Kevin Samuels just to say this is just sad, because sometimes common sense is not common practice.
Apply a nice dose of soap and spend 2 minutes washing your nuts. Don't just go 1 or 2 passes now, nigga. Wash your nuts. Wash up in the crack, wash up under the taint. Yep, you need to do that. And then you need to rinse that motherfucker out, do it again, and wash down the crack of your ass. Yep, down the crack of your ass. And then you need to actually, you need to look at it. And you need to wash until that motherfucker's clean. Then you need to actually point away from the shower, bend over, and let the goddamn water run through there. Yeah, nigga, clean your asshole.
What do they want? Clean, that's not a bad start. Reasonably good physical shape. So healthy, productive, generous, honest.
When Mr. Peterson closes his eyes, truly shows you that his knowledge comes from the divine. This man is Jesus Christ himself.
Willing to delay gratification. So you dance with a woman. It's like, what's she doing? What are you two doing? Well, it's a pattern. There's patterns happening around you. That's the music. Patterns. Patterns of being. That's the music. Now, can you align yourself with the patterns of being gracefully? That's what she's checking out. And then can you do that with her? And then can you do that in a playful and attentive manner? And keep your bloody hands to yourself for at least a minute. And so, can you dance in a playful manner? It's like you can go through this in your imagination. And you'll know. And then you think, well, how far am I from those things? And the answer is usually, man, it's a pretty horrible abyss separating you from that ideal. But the harder you work on offering other people what they need and want, the more people will line up to play with you. And so it's the wrong question. It's like, how can I be the best partner possible? And then you think, well, if I do that, people will just take advantage of me.
Not necessarily. Mr. Andrew Tate.
Once you get to that kind of higher echelon of men, that level, how do you tell whether a girl is a gold digger or just wants a nice lifestyle?
It's a good question. But I don't see why men are scared of gold diggers, because they can't get gold unless you give it to them. You must be a total bitch to like accidentally get gold dug. Buy me this. No, fuck off. Well, you must be a dummy. Yeah. And then also,
well, a lot of guys aren't strong enough to say no, are they? Because maybe that girl is a little out of their league, shall we say?
Yeah.
So that's why it's not a no.
And it's a gray area, right? Because also, I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman expecting a nice lifestyle. I think it's all relative, right? If you're a normal person, or even in a normal couple, a woman still wants her man to provide and protect and work and pay for the house and the family. Women expect you to provide and protect. It's evolutionary. That's how we're designed to be. So I don't think a woman expecting a lifestyle from a man is a bad thing. If I was a woman, I would expect a lifestyle, that's for sure. And depending on your man's lifestyle, depends on the kind of lifestyle you expect. And then it gets into a blurred line of people say, well, she's just with you for money. I'm like, well, if she's just with me because I take care of her problems and I make her feel happy and I make all her stress and anxiety go away and she gets to have fun with me, you're saying that with me for money. I'm saying she genuinely likes me because
that's what I provide.
Because I provide. So all those things end up with her having genuine emotion for you.
And that's the non-naive objection, right? Because the naive person's saying, well, I'll be good and everyone will treat me right. It's like the cynic says, no, I'll be good and someone will take me out. And then you think, well, what do you do about that objection? And the answer is, well, you factor that in. And that's why you're supposed to be, what is it? As soft as a dove and as wise as a serpent. It's like, I know you're full of snakes. I know it. Maybe I know it more than you do. but we'll play anyways. You know, I thought I did that with my clients a lot. So a lot of them would come home from work, the guys say, and their wives would meet them at the door and it'd be a fight right away. You know, and it's a clash there because he comes home and he's tired and hungry. He's worked all day and he's hoping that, you know, he gets welcomed when he comes back to the home, but then the wife is at home and she's been with the kids all day and she's tired and hungry and she's hoping that when he comes home, he'll show her some appreciation for what's happened today. And then they clash and then they both have problems to discuss because they've had their troubles during the day. And so then every time they get together, they are not like it's a bit of a fight for 20 minutes and then the whole evening is screwed. And so then you think, okay, here's the deal. It's knock and the door will open. Okay, you get to pick what happens when you come home, but you have to figure out what it is. So now this is the deal. You treat yourself properly. You imagine coming home and it goes the way you want and need it to go. Okay, what does that look like? You get to have it, but you have to know what it is. What does it look like? And you think, okay, I want to come home. I want to be happy about coming home. I come home, I open the door, I say, hello, honey, I'm home. My wife says, hi, it's so nice to hear your voice. She comes up, she says, hi, dear. She gives you a hug. She says, how was your day? And you say, well, we'll sit and talk about that. How was your day? Well, we'll sit and talk about that. Do you need something to eat? Probably. Let's go sit and talk about our day. It's like, that sounds pretty good. Okay. That sounds pretty good. Might not be perfect, but sounds a hell of a lot better than what we're doing now. So how about we'll go talk to your wife. Say, okay, this is what's happening when I come home. I would like it to be better. What would you like to have happen if you could have what you wanted?
My kings, in terms of relationships, you don't get what you want. You get what you deserve. Because you are a reflection of who you are, and who you are is what you attract. Because if you are a man of substance, you will attract a woman of substance. But if you are a man who is a bum, a piece of shit, guess what? You will attract shit people.
And so she sits down and she thinks, okay, if he comes home, what do I want to have happen? And then now you got two visions and you say, well, what would you like? And you listen and she says, what would you like? And you tell her, and then you think, okay, now how can we bring these visions together? So not only do we both get what we want, but because we've brought them together, we even get more than we want. Well, who wouldn't agree to that unless they were even down? And that's so exciting. It's not a compromise. It's a union of ideals that even makes a better ideal. And then you get to come home. And then there's another rule that goes along with that, which is, please, dear, have the grace to allow me to do this stupidly and badly. Well, I learned at least 20 times. And I'll give you the same leeway. And then we'll practice stupidly for 20 times and we'll talk about it. And then maybe we'll get it right for the next 10,000 times.
The biggest mistakes that I've made in dating, and the majority of men make, is that we tend to lose ourselves and we put how we feel aside just to make our partner happy. That shows the amount of respect that you have for yourself, because as a man, you always put your purpose and your mission first. And what I learned is that you never want to lose yourself for a woman, because there are two things to maintain and to be able to attract a long, healthy relationship. Number one, always invest in yourself and your self-growth. Two, be her best option. Now, regarding to what Mr. Peterson said in the beginning,
how do I make myself into the perfect date?
be who you want to be with. You can't expect to have a great partner when you yourself are nothing like the person you desire. Now, on that note, gentlemen, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
One of the greatest things that we have on earth.
Necklaces?
Tits.